Hello everyone, myself Dr. Ashwini Kumar and I'm a faculty of Human Anatomy. Well, I am starting this series to guide my first year students on how to approach the subject of anatomy. Well, the different field of anatomy and we need to have a certain approach to grab this subject better and for the long-term understanding. Now today, in a very short video, I will tell you about how to approach the part that is osteology. People find osteology very difficult to understand. They try to mug up the attachments and origin and insertions of the muscles, the attachment of ligaments. And the problem I see is because of the wrong approach that is being taken by probably the colleges and the professors and even by the students as well. I believe that osteology is something in which you should not read individual bones. We do have demonstration in colleges where we have to take one bone and we read the attachments of that bone. And for the students initially, especially in the initial days, the attachment means just those red and blue line and green line present on the bone. Now we have to come out of this thinking process because we don't not only have to understand the muscle attachment, we also need to understand how the muscle works on that particular bone and on that joint which is their crossing. So like if I have these two bones in my hand, I hope you are all aware of it. This is a scapula here, the left scapula, and that is the left humerus. Now reading scapula alone is never going to help you because all you're going to understand on the scapula that this is the site for the subscapularis. We have serratus anterior here, posteriorly we have supraspinatus, infraspinatus. So you can only visualize the muscle attachment on the bone and you cannot see anything beyond it. But let's say if I understand a little bit of osteology of the scapula and humerus and put them together and then I think about this bone, it will be a bit more relatable. Like if I think about the subscapularis muscle will be originating from the subscapular fossa and will be going like this and inserting onto this lesser tubercle. By doing this, if I imagine the muscle fiber going toward the lesser tubercle, I can think about it that if the muscle contracts, obviously this muscle will pull the humerus close to the scapula one, so that is it is helping in the adduction. Similarly, it is also helping in the medial rotation of the shoulder joint. So that's the point that when you're reading osteology, two things to understand, that make sure that you read two bones together, the two articulating bones together, so that you can see where the origin is and where the insertion is going to be. Number two, always try to look at the origin and insertion simultaneously. So that's the point of understanding two bones together. When you look at the origin of a particular muscle on a bone, do look at the insertion at the same time and try to think about the action, that when that muscle contracts, what type of movement will it produce on that joint. And secondly, always try to read a long bone, proximal part of a long bone with the proximal bone. What I'm trying to say, like when you're reading scapula, now try to read the scapula with the humeral attachment, but only the proximal attachment of the humerus. Because the muscle originating on the scapula will be going toward the humerus, and not all, but most of the muscles will go toward the proximal part of the humerus. When you're reading the distal part of the humerus, you should read about the radius and ulna together, because the muscle which are originating here will be going toward the radius, ulna and the carpal bones. So these are the two mantras that you should remember for understanding osteology and making this subject more meaningful to you. Thank you.